finally sitting down in the veranda, enjoying a task that is part of building the strawberry tower. I'm just busy painting some more planks to fill in the gaps underneath, ready for, ta-da, the tins to be mounted on there. But these aren't quite finished yet. We've only cut 8 of them. There's still a big pile of them here to cut. Yeah, another 16 of them to cut, and boy was that a noisy job. I had to wear ear plugs and wear safety glasses just to hold them for hubby to cut. Made a pattern to put around the side of the tin, so we cut around it and then we snipped the inside as you would on a dress pattern around curves, and then folded them over so that it's a safer, much safer and less cutting edge. We want cutting edge, don't we? And we snipped the sides and folded that backwards, folded that over, so now it's got a sturdy, strong bit at the back that we're going to drill 2 holes in there to screw to the wood, and put 1 or 2 holes over the sides about that deep down, so there's a bit of a water well just for the water to drain out if there's too much. Yeah, and we're going to experiment with painting as well. We've got some metal undercoat we're going to spray it with, and then I'll see if I can get a nice blue color, a blue spray for more bluing of Blue Garden Cottage. So yep, that is what we finally decided on the design, and we can fit 3 rows of 4, 3 rows above each other of 4 across on each side. So that's going to be plenty, and I think even with the strawberries in there we could even put some tumbling tomatoes behind the strawberries so that it could feed both, although we would have to feed them a lot more if that were the case. Right, so I'm going to carry on painting while I'm chatting with you. Just this time it's not a craft and natter, it's a paint and natter, isn't it? But let me, I have done more gardening yesterday. There was a dry day and I took the opportunity to do as much as I could in more tidying up, protecting the beds from Tiger, who visits frequently, and I caught him making use of his new bathroom. Not happening. Cleared it out, put him out, told him off sternly, covered the bed. So he's not getting in there now. So any bit of open ground is now covered. And there wasn't open ground because it was in between the plants, and I was not having that. So I'm sorry, Tiger, you're welcome to come for cuddles. But my garden is not a bathroom. Oh my days, I tell you what. He's a funny boy. I got all the canes put away that needed to, except for where the gherkins were. I took those canes out, put other canes in as a frame for netting to be put over, because I did fill the bed again with the leeks that I had left over, and the bed along the pergola here, I put leeks in that as well to fill the gaps where darling Tiger came and squished all my leeks, destroy them, rolling around on the bed. So yeah, done quite a bit. What else did I do? I also tidied up behind the composters in the front garden, made sure that was all clean. There was nothing behind there because we had been using that to store bits of metal or plastic or things that needed to go to the recycling centers, the skips. I had been using that to store stuff there so that it keeps the garden tidy and in order and in place. But the council, who are our landlords, need to come and repair some of the concrete in the eaves on the side of the house by the roof there that is cracked and falling out. So I had to make sure it was safe and clean for people to access it. So I done that. And what else? I did quite a lot. I've been, as a result of the gardening and what we've done, I had been shelling and storing drying and storing the beans that we harvested. I still got a bunch hanging up behind you there on the downpipe. Clean forgot about those. Shall have to do that. Been doing lots and lots of tidying, pottering, just enjoying it. I haven't been hurrying or rushing because I still get up at really stupid o'clock in the morning to work on business side of things. So yeah, still getting up between 3 and 4 in the morning. And I need to get up at that time of the morning because once the day starts, it's all hands on deck for whether it be homesteading, homemaking, family needs, and so on. And besides which, I don't exactly have, sorry if you can hear the tapping of the brush, I'll do that when that's dry. I don't have a super quiet place where I could work like a study. I don't have a study. There is the spare room at the back, but it's not conducive to work because it's not completely finished yet as far as clearing out goes and sorting out and turning it into a calmer, quieter, more minimal bedroom. There will still be a table in there. I'm replacing the desk I made with the blue table in the lounge just because the desk is too big for how I need to move the room around and to organize it. So I'll be getting rid of the desk and moving the blue table up there because it's smaller. So I will make it into a workroom eventually, but for now I have to work at stupid o'clock in the morning because I can't work with other daily noises around. It needs to be quiet. Oh, can you hear the pigeons cooing? There's a whole bunch of them on the roof across the way there. Sounds lovely. I love pigeons cooing. It's so relaxing. Now I could use a much bigger brush to paint these planks, but I really don't want to. I'm enjoying it, just chilling. Like I said, actually, I'm taking my time doing these things and pottering because I need to save my energy. Then by 7 o'clock at night, I find I'm falling asleep. If I dare to sit down, I'm falling asleep. And I get so tired sometimes that I sound like I'm drunk. I don't drink alcohol at all, but you'd never tell when I get that tired. Blurring, my eyes get blurred. If I sit down, I'm dozing off. I'm going to make the most of the time I'm given. And I think working on, as I said earlier in the year, working on mindset. I'm seriously considering my motives for why I do things in relation to scarcity and abundant mindset. Because if I'm doing all of this stuff out of thinking I have to do it, or there's some fear motivator behind it as far as prepping goes, if I'm prepping out of a motive for fear of not having enough, or shops, or like a lot of people did during COVID, that there wasn't enough stuff in the shops, or they couldn't get hold of anything, and things just, and generally now people might feel a bit afraid of what's going on around the world. The entire globe has got issues, whether natural or man-made, and everybody, well, not everybody, I suppose, loads of people are fearful and trying to stay in control by doing prepping of some kind, or not, staying in fear. But it doesn't have to be out of fear. You could be a prepper just because you love the process, and I can promise you now that once you do start doing it, you enjoy it, and the fear bit is completely out of mind. Unless you keep that at the front of your mind, it's not something you do out of fear. It's something you do because you love doing it. It connects you with home. It connects you with family. It connects you with, I don't know, your stewardship, if you like. looking after what you have, making the most of it, being a wise steward of everything you have, and considering yourself that, a steward rather than an owner. You know, so that's what I'm thinking. I have been considering and pondering my motives, why I homestead, why I grow vegetables, why I garden, why I make, do and mend. Not because I can't afford it. That used to be my narrative. I'm making, do and mending because I just couldn't afford to buy things new. But that's not frugality, that is scarcity. If I'm going to be frugal, it's because I want to focus what I get in specifically so that I can make room for things that I really want and enjoy. So instead of a scarcity mindset for why I homestead, why I do homemaking, why I do food storage, why I do preserving, it's not out of fear. It's out of the pleasure of doing it, the enjoyment of doing it. And yes, frugality, not for cheapness or because I can't afford it, but because I want to be a wise steward of everything that I've been blessed with and be able to share it. Oh, look at that. Charming. Oh my goodness. So I'm nearly done. As soon as I've got these painted, I'm going to go back inside and I'm going to, the bread dough will be ready. That's another thing, making bread, not because I haven't got money to go to the shops, because anybody will tell you that sometimes making your own could be more expensive than buying a loaf. However, if I'm making the bread, I know exactly what goes in it. I know what ingredients I'm using. I know how I'm making it and what I'm adding. So no nasty additives. And the house smells lovely when you're baking bread. Oh my goodness, the smell is just, it lifts the soul. So it's, again, if I'm making my bread and I run out, I'm not going to the shops and spending money, because you know inevitably you go in for a loaf and you come out with at least a dozen items, maybe less, but sometimes, you know, the idea is you go in for one thing and come out with more than you went in for. So yes, it helps with frugality for me to just have the ingredients in and make it when I need it, but also because the less I'm going out, the more I'm able to spend time with other tasks that really need doing and other things that I want to do, and I really want to do the things I need to do, so that makes it not a need to. It's a joy. It's when a job stops being a job and starts being a pleasure. I love gardening. I love homemaking. I love writing. And there's so many other things I love to do, and I would love to have more time to do, like family history work. Oh, that's a rabbit hole I would love to get lost down for time. Family history work, genealogy, just love it. And if I am managing my time better, I mean, it doesn't take long to make bread. It literally takes me 5 minutes to mix all the ingredients. I don't bother kneading it the first time, I just mix it together and then sit it to rest and prove at the same time. And then I take another 2 little minutes. I don't even knead the bread properly, the dough. I just stretch and fold it over a couple of times, prove it again while I'm doing other stuff. No intense work, no hard work, no sweating. And then after an hour or two, it'll have risen, and then I'll stretch and fold it again 1 or 2 times, stick it in the tin, and prove it again while I'm doing something else. So if I start it in the morning, it's literally a 2-minute job in between other stuff. Like when I go in the kitchen for a drink of water. You know, it's not extra work. And it's not hard work. It's pleasurable. And then we get to have lovely fresh warm bread. And the smell of it filling the house. And the satisfaction of knowing what's in the bread. We don't have a lot of bread. Although hubby would, he loves his toast, especially for breakfast. You know, but we go through about 1.5 loaves a week, and it's not. Oh, what was that? Oh, there's an aeroplane. Where's that one going? There is an airport nearby, but when I say nearby, it's like 20 odd miles away from here. So it's a big oh, that is a big aeroplane. That's a biggie. Don't often see them nearby. Oh, so I am really grateful we got this the veranda sorted again, because I'm able, even though it's spitting and raining on and off all day, I'm able to stand out here and do this under cover. Still enjoy the garden, still enjoy the sounds of all the birds, even the crows, whose song is not that pretty. It's not a song, it's a chatter, but it's so nice to hear. Hubby said to me, why don't you use a bigger brush? And I thought, no, because it's too quick, and I like taking my time and enjoying the process. It feels good, it's relaxing. I'm also taking opportunity every day to count my blessings, literally. To count how many things I am grateful for in my life daily, every single day. First thing in the morning, as I open my eyes, I list what I'm grateful for of the night. A good night's sleep. Even if it's only for a few hours, if it's good sleep. Even if I didn't have any sleep, I'm grateful for the night time for a rest. I'm grateful for a bed. I'm grateful for a roof over my head and protection through the night. I'm grateful for clothes on my back. And I'm grateful for the opportunities that I know the day will bring. And then through the day, as I go through the day, any little thing, I keep in my mind. This is not, I'm not saying that to give myself a noddy badge. I'm just saying that to make a habit of being grateful and listing the things I'm grateful for in my head helps to counter the very real darkness that could easily fill my mind if I was to sit and focus only on the things I don't have, or the opportunities I don't have, or the money I don't have, or all the things that I don't have. If I was to focus on that, I would very, very quickly slip into a severe depression. Yeah, counting my blessings is an armor. It's like putting on an armor, ready for the day, and then through the day, and then when I lie down at night, as soon as my head hits the pillow, I breathe a deep sigh and breathe out, and then list in my head all the things that I'm really grateful for of the day. It really has helped for me to notice the really wonderful blessings and things that have come my way. It just makes things more positive in a very potentially very dark world. If that's all we focus on, that's all we'll see. Focus on the positive. There's an equal danger that you might not see potential harm and danger. So it's good to have a balance. Acknowledge what's not right, not good, what's downright hurtful, traumatic, but also acknowledge the flip side and the possibilities. I saw a meme the other day. What was it? It went along the lines of, sometimes when we think we've been buried and in a dark place, we've been weighed under and go away from the paint, and everything is dark. A different perspective would be we've actually been planted in the right conditions to make us the strongest, best plant that could be. We haven't been buried, we've been planted. And it's out of adversity most of the time that as humans grow. None of it is necessary. Adversity is necessary, but no specifics are necessary. Sometimes they're just consequences of people's choices and actions, good or evil. And sometimes the consequences of living in on a mortal planet, in a world. Sometimes the consequences of our own choices, ignorant or intentional. Sometimes things just happen. Pondering. Okay, we can think too much. Sometimes it's nice just to be quiet. Sometimes it's nice not to think at all, not to ponder. Usually that's what I do when I'm doing crafting. I'm focusing so much on the craft item that I'm not thinking at all, and that's a very valuable thing as well, especially for somebody who thinks a lot. Sometimes we can think too much and ponder too much. Again, that's going back to balance. I am not feeding the bee, because the last time I fed the bee, no, you don't want to eat the paint. So you see it there? There's flowers on my blouse. The last time I fed a honeybee, within 10 minutes, mind you, it was the middle of summer, granted, within 10 minutes, a whole swarm of bees had come over the garden, and we all had to leg it into the house and close the windows and doors and notify the neighbours that there were bees around. So I haven't fed any bees since then, because I put some honey in a little bit of water in a dish and put it on the edge of the bed, and the bee came, and then the next thing you know, there were 3 bees, and I thought, oh, it's all right, there's a few of them around. I don't have to feed them, they're feeding on the tomatillo flowers. And it wasn't long, minutes, and there was a whole swarm of bees. I won't make that mistake again. Even though I'm enjoying it, I want to move on to the next thing, which is the bread. And I've got some sewing to do. I'm sewing my skirt, the one that I made before with the trousers that I cut down the middle of the legs and put panels in the front and the back. While I wasn't happy with the shape, of it. So what I've done is I've cut the sides down up to the waist, all the way down, and I've put in denim triangular panels to make it a nicer A-line. Got to, make do, because I love sewing and it's an opportunity to do some sewing. Tell myself I need to, but it's because I want to. As if I need an excuse and a reason to justify why I want to sew something. That's stupid. Really? If I want to sew something, I can sew something. The only thing that gets in the way sometimes is because there's so much that I do that there's not much time for that. So I'm deliberately making time. It was supposed to have been done Saturday morning, but everything went cockeyed. I'm going to leave you with that for now, and I'll show you in the deliberate video for the tins when we're cutting it. I'll do a specific video just for the tins for the strawberry tower, where I've taken clips of how we've done every part of the process. So I'll put them together specifically for part 3 of the strawberry tower. But that's not this. This is just a natter and a bit more in the garden chat. I don't remember. Did I welcome new subscribers? Because we've had a few new subscribers in the past month. So very welcome to you. It's lovely to have you along. like I said before, I'm always surprised because the analytics show on my videos that very few people actually watch the videos right the way through. People lose interest by 2 minutes. 2 minutes into the video, and the viewing just goes. Even whether it's now a long video or a 5-minute video, people tend to lose interest. So I'm thinking it's because you're probably not getting out of these videos what you're looking for. And I will just repeat my invite to all of you. If there's something specific you want to see, something specific you want me to address or talk about or show you, if there's something you want me to show you how I do it, then please just let me know. I'd love to do that. I have one viewer came back with a query, with an interest, a question of interest, which I'm going to address in next week's homemaking video, which I cannot wait to do. So yeah, I love, and it feels so good to actually have a purpose for a video other than just updating you or chatting with you, which I enjoy doing, but I would like to be of worth and value to you. And you can help me by telling me what it is you want. And you could also help me and help the channel by enduring and sticking it through to the end. Just leave it play. If you lose interest, just leave it play. Open up another page if you're on a laptop or a tablet. Open up another page and move on to something else, but just turn the volume off and leave mine playing in the background. And like, subscribe, share, the usual stuff that all helps the channel, especially when it comes to YouTube putting it forward on search. I try to do everything I can with titles, descriptions, keywords, hashtags, everything to make sure that the content is streamlined and harmonious so that there's enough in there. But I need to know what it is you want to make it searchable, not just valuable but relevant for you. Oh, sunshine. And it goes away. But it was a lovely few seconds. The clouds are moving very fast. We saw we had to pop out earlier, and we were coming back, and as we pulled into the main road facing our direction, this one long main road that faces in our direction at home, and we saw the entire sky, a really, really big black cloud that spanned more than 80% of our view on the horizon where we lived. And we just thought, oh, should we turn around and go in the other direction? Because it's like it was gonna tip down. Here I am. It's not raining right now. There are clouds, but just behind it I can see beautiful blue skies. It's blue and sunny up there above the clouds. It's just underneath the clouds it's gloomy. That could be something to ponder as well. Message in that. Oh, I won't do that to you, I promise. Beautiful silence. I'm so grateful for the veranda and a chair to sit outdoors. That's what I wish for you. A lovely moment to be able to be outdoors and enjoy it and feel refreshed. Until the next video, do have a good one. I'll speak to you again soon. Watch this space. Take care. Bye-bye.